The NBA, or would say the referees, they just screwed the Warriors. Last night, the end of the game, it was unbelievable. And we're going to see today, we're going to see Kendrick Perkins comment about it, Charles Barkley, Steve Kerr, Stephen Curry. Everyone is pissed at what happened. But I don't think it's just the referee's fault. Like, I'm going to talk about this today. The Warriors cannot put themselves in that kind of situation. Another game where we go with a 7-point lead and then we have minutes and minutes without scoring. We need to fix that. And Stephen Curry spoke about it. So let's see. I'm going to show you a lot of what people are saying, a lot of what the commentators and the players they said. And I'm going to show you also a fall that Stephen Curry suffered and it wasn't called out by the referees. You can see how there's two different weights in the game. And it's tough. Like, it's tough to digest. We lost the opportunity to be in the semifinals. We're also going to speak about the bright side of this. But yeah, let's look at the clips. Don't forget to subscribe and help the channel.
It Rockets down 1. Now off the Curry miss for the Warriors. There's a fight for the loose ball, and a foul is called.
It's the foul that was called.
In the middle on the Warriors.
I've never seen this. I've never seen. It's a loose ball.
The Rockets are given 2.
And no one could believe it. I think by the heard reactions, everyone's. Look at what Perkins said.
Perk is back here with us, and it did feel like there was a little drama at the end of that game. Perk, I know you didn't like that foul that was called on Jonathan Kuminga. Why?
Because I mean, look, it's a loose ball, and Bill Kennedy, he's been around. He knows better. You cannot make that call at that point in time. But again, if you're Golden State, you cannot leave the game in the officials' hands. Look, bodies are flying all over the floor. Guys are everywhere. It's in traffic. You can't make that call.
He said what I said. It's also Golden State fault, and we're going to talk more about this. Look at what Barkley said.
I don't like this call right here. I think they should have gave him the timeout.
Jalen Green was asking for a time. Even Jalen Green thought it was
a situation I don't think. That's just like, give him the timeout. It was honestly Gary Payton. He didn't even have the ball, but Gary Payton got fouled when he was on the floor by the Rockets.
There's more of this. Like, you could, if with the same criteria, you could call a foul on Gary Payton when he was on the floor. So as I said, the Warriors put themselves in that situation. It's tough, right? I do think there's that to blame as well. Like, the players, the way we're going to look at the box score, and you're going to see that it was a bad game. The Warriors started badly, and then they did some runs, they catch up, they were winning, and then they couldn't close the game, and that has been the tone for many games at this season, right? Out of our 7 losses, in 5 of them, we were winning at the first, like the last half, the last quarter, and we couldn't keep that because we just stopped scoring. So the Warriors needs to improve on that as well. But let's see what Steve Kerr said actually about that fall.
I've never seen a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line. I've never seen that. I think I saw it in college one time 30 years ago. Never seen it in the NBA. That is, unconscionable. I don't even understand what just happened. Loose ball, diving on the floor, 80 feet from the basket, and you're going to give a guy 2 free throws to decide the game when people are scrambling for the ball. Just give them a timeout. Give them a timeout and let the players decide the game. That's how you officiate, especially because the game was a complete wrestling match. They didn't call anything. Steph Curry got hit on the elbow, plain as day, on a jump shot. Just clubbed right on there, no call. So you've established you're just not going to call anything throughout the game. It's a physical game. We're going to call it a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation with guys diving on the floor with the game on the line. This is a billion-dollar industry. You got people's jobs on the line. I am stunned. I am stunned. I give the Rockets credit. They battled back. They played great defense all night. But I feel for our guys. Our guys battled back, played their asses off, and deserved to win that game, or at least have a chance for one stop at the end to finish the game. and that was taken from us by a call that I don't think an elementary school referee would have made, because that guy would have had
That's
feel
when he's really.
and said, "You know what? I'm not going to decide a game on a loose ball 80 feet from the basket."
Did you? I know you had a challenge. You always somebody had one time. Did you think about challenge?
No, no, it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been reversed.
Yeah, here
And I needed to say
why he didn't call a timeout.
for the
Like because or sorry, it was very didn't challenge. He probably like so many hands they wouldn't revert that, so it makes sense. And this is the fall that he was mentioning that Stephen Curry suffered and it wasn't called. Like for me it's clear, but it's also like so many times that Stephen Curry doesn't get called for this he doesn't get called the falls that he suffered on that kind of play. And it's for me it's tough to believe because he's a very famous player, all the kind of things that we say about when someone reached that level, but he just doesn't get that respect. And this was also what Steve Kerr commented as well. Look at this. You can see that he was really frustrated, as all of us.
If it's not playing until Sunday, 3 days off, it's been a pretty frenetic scare.
I'm not ready to answer that question. I'm pissed off. I wanted to go to Las Vegas. We wanted to win this cup, and we aren't going because of a loose ball foul 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line. I've never seen anything like it in my life, and that was ridiculous. Thank you.
Yeah, storming out of the interview, you can see that he is frustrated. He was frustrated. Again, I think some of them already mentioned, I mentioned as well, I don't think it's just the referees to blame, right? The Warriors had to do with that loss, and Steph Curry mentioned about it. Let's take a look, and then I'm going to give you mine.
Guys had a 6-point lead with about 77 seconds left. Obviously blew it. Similar in Denver. It feels like it's kind of even been a trend back the last couple seasons where, in previous years it wasn't. I mean, how concerning is just like those type of blown leads in that condensed amount of time?
It's the team trying to figure out who you are, what works, what sets we need to be in. Teams, selling out on kind of our standard pick and roll, which I usually can make plays. Like I said, I make that last shot. We might not ask about the last two possessions. It's kind of just the way the game goes. When you lose, everything is on full display. The pattern of, scoreless kind of droughts down the stretch has to be addressed, or else we're going to be a mediocre team. Not take responsibility for, not being able to get us organized or not being able to finish plays. Like, balls in my hands, I got to make shots. But I think we all can address certain sets that can get us into better shot creation type opportunities, knowing how teams are trying to guard us, especially in the last 5 minutes. And we're talking about it. We're, experimenting, and that's going to be a defining point of our full season if we figure it out, if we don't, because we're playing well enough to win most games. So that's a good sign and a bad sign.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to comment about what he said in the terms of like when you lose, everything goes like everyone finds the problems, because it's a reality how media works, but also it's part of the business, right? But he does mention about the drop of the last minutes, his fault. I also I'm not going to crucify Stephen Curry for shooting that. I don't think he should have. It was a 3 minutes, 3 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And he took an early 3. But we have seen him doing that many times, and it works, and you put the game to sleep. It didn't work last night, and then all the problems could have been avoided. But again, it's not just that play. It's the fact that we're not being able to create. I think guys are getting under pressure. They're getting over their mind on those last 3 minutes, 4 minutes of the game, and we need to fix that. I agree with Steph. You don't put yourself in that close kind of games if you're not playing well enough to win. But you're also playing well enough to not good enough to win, right? It's a very close, fine line, because you're tight on those games. You could have won. If you look at the 7 losses that the Warriors had, we could have won easily, with a few extra details and attention, at least 5 of them. So the Warriors needs to fix that. I think we had 2 blowouts this season, the Cavs game and then the last game before this one, the last loss of the Warriors. So details, and the Warriors need to fix that. That comes to me, and let's just wrap the box score, right? So problems that we have said before: turnovers 15, poor free throw shooting, and also you can highlight in this game that the Warriors barely went to the free throw line, so only 44% and only 9 free throw attempts. So very poor and very poor 3-point shooting. In general, every time that the Warriors shoots poorly from the 3-point line, we lose the game because that's the essence of our game, right? So you can see in the box score, there is a lot more than the refs to blame for the loss last night and the Warriors being out of the NBA Cup. Comes to the bright side that I want to wrap the video with, and I'll show you the schedule as well for the Warriors, since now we know. Like, we had this gap, we didn't know who we were playing. So the Warriors lost last night for the Rockets here, December 11. So we're going to have a 3 days actually rest, or not rest. We're going to be able to practice and organize things because we just play on Sunday against Dallas Mavericks. So the Warriors are playing against the Dallas Mavericks. That is the Chase Center. But so we're going to have this 3 days. And after that, we have another 3 days window to play the Memphis Grizzlies in Memphis. So the bright side of not actually being part of the Emirates Cup is that you're going to be able to train, to practice, to get together, to organize things, to find these issues, talk about it, and come back stronger for the rest of the season, right? So the Warriors need to get things back on track. They have lost a lot of the past games. So they need to figure out how things are going on. They're falling on the standings. They're falling on the rankings, and problems are getting exposed. I think trade rumors are increasing. It's time for the Warriors to figure out their thing and put the season like organized enough to be a playoff contender and a deep contender. With eyes, what we know, have said here in other videos, a lot of trade rumors going on. I'm going to keep bringing them to you. I hope you have a great day and see you tomorrow.